Pennsylvania. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. And the Nittany Lions will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers offense will have the ball first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see...
Pulls it in down the sideline. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Got it behind the line. It's Harris. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. LSU quick to the line. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Oh, he's got some space. He slides down, and he's got enough to convert the second and short. This crowd knows when to bring it. Leaves it in his belly. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides to the back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On third down, here's Durham. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Nittany Lions offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking for the edge. Looking for an alley. Spins away from the defense. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45, out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, well, I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Pulls it. Quarterback on the keeper. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Beck. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
The Nittany Lions are threatening on 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. A first down run in the red zone. And he's in! Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good to finish things off.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. LSU right back to the line.
I think one thing LSU fans want to see right out the gate with this Lane Kiffin offense, can we get some balance? Durham's been here for a couple of years. You've seen some high moments, Palmer, but like they need...
Gashing the knee on the right. The 20. He's at... And he scores! Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Keeps it on first down. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Wide open on the right. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Yeah, and this is why he's leading the nation in rushing. Like, you give him the football, and he'll continue to make big plays. He's done it all throughout the season. This offense features him, and there is a reason why.
The big, explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. From the red zone, it's Peoples. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way.
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State! Great job by the back on the option.
Well, this This offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Quick give. It's Durham. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. He's at the touchdown, Penn State. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. If you like scoring, this one's for you. Already 21-14, and now they'll try to answer. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Throws to the wideout. Comes down, it's Harris. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field. That's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments. Wideout level noise. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Defense in press coverage. Here's a give to Durham. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Here he goes. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Here's Durham. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play thrown.
He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Stopped right there. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Rolls right. Throwing on the run. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, the 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
Great job by the defense that time. One of the best things you can do against...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Here's some daylight. And that's not going to come close as the defense stops him well short of this 1st down.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking.
Touchdown LSU! A great catch and run for 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all.
And the ball is free on the pitch. The defense has it. They're on the move. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Caden Durham. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
He'll keep it on second down. Breaks into the open. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Making the adjustment. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Knocked down immediately. They tried to surprise him on third and long with the run, and nothing doing.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. On the option. Now the toss. Not gonna make it, and the fourth down gamble backfires.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Finds his man. It's Watkins. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And, man, this offense is going to be so much fun to watch. How fast can they get it to click, right? Because every single player that we're going to highlight, whether we do talk about the receivers right now, they're all new. The offensive line's all new. The quarterback's new. Everyone in this program is new, Palmer, and it's on Kiffin to make it work and make it work quick.
Well, the one thing you know is with this Lane Kiffin offense, these receivers are going to get theirs. They're going to get catches, and you got a really good quarterback in Sam Levitt coming over from Arizona State to give you that opportunity. So while Thomas and Anderson from a year ago, those guys declare, there's a big opportunity. There's a lot of spots up for grabs here for these receivers to go down the field, make a ton of plays, stat it up, and score.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Changing the routes with his receivers. Got a little space. He's past the marker. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and Penn State has had so many great backs. This guy fits right in.
Fits right in. Just big, physical guys that give him the ball. You know exactly what you're going to get. They can make some plays, and they build their team around the running back spot.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
I don't think the defense was expecting an outside run there. Offensively, they go with the toss play, and the running back's able to get to the outside and downfield. It was too late before the defense was able to tackle him out of bounds.
Keeps it himself. He'll do it himself. Sees some running room. And he's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the first down.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They'll run out of the gun. James Peoples might have a chance. He'll get it all the way to the 13-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Motion from the back. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Yeah, and you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a third down.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 50. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Right side, it's Watkins. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. LSU quick to the line. The give to Caden Durham. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. They've already put one field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Now the toss. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Sees a crease. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. Man, can you imagine if they hadn't picked up the first down? It would have been, what are you doing running the football?
Oh, the fans would be so irate. That's one of those where, come on, what is that? You can't be that concerned. Oh, yeah, no, that was a great call. Good job. That was a great job. It worked perfectly.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful if you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback. That's not a good sign for this offensive line.
Trying to get the corner. He'll pitch it. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Penn State will spend its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Fake and wants to throw. Fires on the move. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. They make the stop, and he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On first down, it's Durham again. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 6 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Sooners, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins.
And the Tigers will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Guys, catching up with the Nittany Lions head coach at the half. He is thrilled with how this running back is performing to start the game. Late in the season, he is starting to build some momentum as we talk about the Heisman Trophy candidates, but he is doing it with his performance on the field, remaining consistent and dynamic. I'll keep you posted how he continues to strive here in the second half. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly. He is torching the defense of Nittany Lions, imposing their will with the running game in big days, a la Larry Johnson or Kajana Carter.
And what does that do? That puts you on the stage, the big stage, to win the big awards, the big trophies at the end of the year, to be called one of the best backs in all of college football. That's what he's chasing.
Second and long here. Looking for the edge. Pulls it again on the option. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Searching for space. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Handoff, Caden Durham.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Moves the pocket. It's Levin. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. And what a big play here, and the return takes it back inside the 25. Great place to start for this offense. Pulls it. The option, the keeper. The pitch. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. On the option. Quick toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown, at least for now. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. 2nd down now. A little more space for the...
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, down here on the LSU sideline, this has turned into a ground attack. Both teams able to run the ball, but they want to answer right now, see if they can continue to get some momentum. But keep in mind, they also want that passing attack to come alive. We'll see what they're able to do right here on this drive. I'll keep you posted on how things develop here on the sideline. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. Looking to pass, it's Levin. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Watkins. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. LSU right back to the line. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have...
Makes the catch, and he's free. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Turning it on. He's past the sticks. Inside the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Penn State. Once he got some room, it was over. Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick strike offense on that replay scoring drive. And when you can finish like that on the ground, why bother throwing an 88-yard run for the touchdown? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's go to the sideline at Holly Rowe.
Here on the Tigers sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off.
Going downfield for the big play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
The give to Caden Durham. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd down, here's Durham. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Off-play action. Gets rid of it. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Got some green grass. Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. He's topped 150 yards on the ground. 18 Nittany Lion backs have gone for 2K. They've had some great names in history. Franco Harris, Lydell Mitchell, John Capoletti, Saquon. Maybe this guy's going to be remembered among those legends.
Man, that's crazy to go back and think about those guys and those kind of playmakers coming from one school. I want to be the next guy. That's why you want to go to Penn State, to put your name on that list.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
The Nittany Lions are facing 3rd and inches. Keeps it himself. He'll try to get to the marker himself. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Gets the back moving. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Peoples. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Hey, guys, down here on the LSU sideline, I can see developing...
Looking to take a shot. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Tigers. Rolled his way into the end zone. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. On play action. Buying time to his right. And he avoids the sack.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. At the end of that play, there is a Nittany Lion still shaken up and down on the field. That's the sophomore running back there taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to get the corner. He'll toss it. He's not quite going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs as the defense stops him a few yards short. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. LSU quick to the line. Wants to throw. It's Levin. Keeps the play going. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds him out of the backfield. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be 4th down and decision time. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision. Offense.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Tells to run, wants to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Long way to go on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. 3rd and long right here. Looking for the edge. How about this defense? Another stop. This one right at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He wants to take the top off. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down and still on his feet. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
There is a player still down on the field, and it is an LSU Tiger. So as they take a look at the injured player, we will take a timeout. The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Handoff for Peoples. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Pulls it, keeps it himself. Now the pitch. Breaks into the open. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. And the Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. On the option, he'll pull it on the read. He's into the end zone for the 2, and we've got a 1-possession game here in the 4th.
When you go option down here on the goal line, the ball can be basically 3 places almost simultaneously. Very, very difficult play to stop in a 2-point situation, and the offense comes away with 2.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Now remember, despite giving up that field goal, this is still a 1-possession game, but they need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. He'll pitch it. He's got enough. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Keeps it himself. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Trying to get the corner. He'll toss it. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. The Nittany Lions back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Looking for the edge. Keeps it on the option. There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown, Penn State. How about this back staying on track and getting it on the option?
Yeah, tell you what, great job by this offense, great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter?
The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Off play action on first down. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. The defense working to manage that clock. They use the timeout, a minute 55 remaining. Second and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. Got him on the RPO. Makes the tackle. With a minute 52 seconds left, the defense will use the timeout trying to get the football back. I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. Turning it on. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way to put an exclamation point on this one.
And that's not a surprise to anybody, including the defense, that they turn and they give it to their running back, who they've been giving it to all game long. Up front, the offensive line, they deserve a ton of credit. Blocked and paved the way. This rushing attack has been lethal, and I'm not surprised that's how they end this football game.
And that's the kind of guy, too, David, you want at the end of the game, because he